What's good, folks? It's RFG back at it today, here with my good friend Millennial Mindz, and we're gonna go over basically the best way that we can invest our tax return, our tax income check. I know a lot of people during this time have gotten their checks, and a lot of people have already probably splurged it. But if you haven't, we're gonna give you some of the best tips on how to properly invest, whether it's a portion of the income or the whole income, to where you can damn near have guaranteed, residual income from that tax return, at the end of the year. So, without further ado, I'm just gonna have just a few questions for my friend here, and he's gonna, give us some insight on it. So,
all right.
Basically, what would you say is the best way that another person could invest either their whole income or just a portion of the tax income?
Well, first I'll say, like, a lot of people, like, we all see videos on YouTube and Facebook about people just getting their tax return check and they just splurge it.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong. I mean, it's good to reward yourself. You know what I mean? If you're on top of your game, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing financially, you're saving, you got a budget, you're sticking to it. I don't think anything's wrong with, treating yourself.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But, if you get $5,000 and you blow through $5,000, you know what I mean, in a couple of months, that's, it's a waste.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? If you get $5,000, man, go spend 500 or 1,000. You know what I mean? You're not going to be effective financially if you don't treat yourself at some time.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You got to reward yourself. Same thing is like a diet.
Yep.
You know how they say you got to have a cheat day.
Yep.
Yeah. What I mean? That's the only way to be effective, right?
Exactly.
So just like anything, you know what I mean? You gotta, you have to do what you're supposed to be doing, handling business, investing properly, but also treat yourself.
Yeah.
So on the other side, where to put your money? Personally, in our age group, the millennials, that's my main focus.
Yeah.
I would say a Roth IRA is always a good route to go.
Roth IRA. Now, how do you spell that?
ROTH.
Okay.
IRA.
All right.
And the reason I really like to focus on a Roth IRA is, man, you can put what you want to put in that account.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's a retirement account. You know what I mean? You're not supposed to withdraw, I believe it's till you're 59.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But the difference between a Roth IRA and like a 401k or a traditional IRA, that is money you're putting in there after you've already paid taxes on it.
Okay.
So after you get your check, you know what I'm saying, after the taxes have been taken, you add that money yourself.
I see.
You know what I mean? If every month you're adding a couple $100s or whatever, man, that money starts to add up, and you put your money in there the way you want to.
Okay.
Bonds, stocks, mutual funds.
Okay.
You build it how you want to build it.
I see.
What I mean? And I see a lot of benefits in that.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? You can feel a little more confident if you put your money where you wanted to put it. You know what I mean? You don't have someone else just managing it completely.
Yeah.
You can feel a little bit better. And the biggest benefit to that is when people invest, man, they get scared. They hear stock market, man, they get really scared.
It's like they almost equate it with like another form of gambling.
Yeah, man.
Like
I've even heard that, no offense to anybody, I've heard people say, oh, that's the white man's what's Dr. Watkins say, that's the white man's casino.
Yeah.
Or something like that, which I don't think it should really be seen as that. You know what I mean? Stock market, it's over time, you look at the statistical data, I mean, it's constantly been growing.
Wow.
Yeah, man. So, but back to the IRA thing, a big benefit of that is the money that you put in, you can pull that back out.
Okay.
A lot of people don't know that. So if over the course of 10 years, you know what I'm saying, or better yet, let's say 18 years.
Okay.
Every month you're adding $100 or $200, whatever you can add. And let's say at the end of 18 years, let's say you started right when your son was born.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Or, your child, whatever. And after 18 years, it's time to go to college. You know what I'm saying? That Roth IRA might have...
That's huge, man.
That's huge. You know what I'm saying? It might be, $70,000 or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if you look in that Roth IRA, it'll show you what you've added versus the interest it's gained.
Okay.
So if it's 70 grand in there and you've added 20 grand yourself, you can pull out that 20 grand.
I see.
And use it for your kid's college.
Wow.
Or another thing is, and you have to look at the stipulations between the different Roth IRAs, you can actually take money from your Roth IRA and give it to your kid.
Oh, okay.
A lot of people don't know that in their Roth IRA.
I see.
You know what I'm saying? So
I see.
I always think it's really beneficial to have a Roth IRA. You know what I mean? And I feel like they kind of know that that's a really good tool. That's why there's a maximum on it.
Yeah.
I think for our age group, it's like $5,500 a year right now.
Oh wow! I mean, that's not bad though.
No, it's for the average person, man. I mean, it's still good. But I'm saying anything, me personally, anything that has a maximum on it of the amount of money you can add to it,
yeah,
they know something.
Okay.
Like, come on, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. I was gonna ask, what do you think is the best particular company to invest in, like whether it's an IRA, stock, or stocks and bonds? Like,
do you mean like what company do I feel I should invest with, or like the actual company where you're putting your money at?
The actual company
like
that you're putting
actual stocks.
Yeah. Well, I'll say both.
Okay. Well, like me personally, I think we spoke a little bit on that last time. Right now, I use AST Financial and I use ComputerShare.
Okay.
And I have another small account with Fidelity, but I see more benefits in AST and ComputerShare because it kind of forces me to do more of my own research. And the fees are not even comparable.
I see.
I mean, AST, I might spend 50 cents a month investing, $100 or something like that, maybe $1.
Okay.
$1.50 at most.
Wow.
I mean, it all depends on the fund, but like, that's where I was in the beginning. Well, when I started making money investing, in the beginning I was losing money like left a man crying at me. You know what I'm saying? But once I actually started, finding my way, I started with AST and I started buying Microsoft and WWE.
Okay.
And man, the fees, it just made sense.
And he does mean the wrestling company, ladies and gentlemen, WWE.
WWE. You need to, like you say on your videos, do your due diligence. Look at the background. Look at all the stuff that WWE is actually involved in outside of just the wrestling.
Yeah.
Making movies, movie entertainment. They're, all the way down to toys. You know what I mean? There's
always gonna be revenue from that. Always.
Yes. So me personally, that's kind of where I'll probably never sell those stocks. And another thing to look into is these big companies. They'll usually have dividends.
Okay.
And a lot of people sleep on dividends. Like I've been adding some money to Microsoft for 2 or 3 years.
Wow.
Now, I'm still early to this. I mean, you know that.
Yeah.
Maybe 4 years.
Okay.
And man, I'm starting to see these little dividend checks coming in. And the way I have it set up is when those dividend checks come, they just get reinvested.
Now, if you are investing, how often would you receive those dividends?
Generally, companies are going to do it either quarterly or biannually.
Okay.
So just a quick example of like dividends, if you have, let's say you bought $100 of a stock, Microsoft, let's say it's at $100, which
okay.
It's a little more now, but they might give you 50 cents for every stock you have.
Okay.
And that's quarterly or biannually.
I see.
So
2 times a year or 4 times?
4 times.
Okay.
So I mean, if you've been adding for 10 years, and let's say you have, 1,000 Microsoft stock, or let's say, let's be dreamers. Let's say 100,000 Microsoft stock.
Okay.
You know what I mean? They're gonna have to give you 100,000 times that 50 cents. You know what I mean?
See.
Which is like $500 or something like that.
Yeah.
Which, who could sleep on that? You know what I mean? It's $500.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's like how they say the rich. It's like that's just making money off of your money.
Your money, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So I definitely see a lot of benefits in those companies and doing things that route.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome information right there.
I don't know if I stayed on top of it.
Oh no, you're good, man. You're doing outstanding, man. I was gonna ask you, what roadblocks do you think that are stopping people in our generation from becoming financially literate?
Honestly, man, there's so many distractions now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've had times like, just getting a little bit older. I know we're not old, but we're getting a little older.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, man? And most people, they got to work in the morning.
Yeah.
There'll be times, man, I might open Facebook. Let me check this out real quick, man. 2 hours might pass by.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I've been looking at bullshit for literally 2
hours. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just like frying my brain cells. When it would make more sense to be looking up something a little bit more
beneficial. Yeah.
So it's like, for me, I feel like if you can spend time looking at world star hip hop and bullshit, you know what I mean? Excuse me.
No, you're good.
But I feel like you should spend some time looking at what's going to benefit you a little bit. I understand everybody's not made for going to school or college, you know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
You're talking about your money. You know
Exactly.
What I mean? You got to do some of your own due diligence, like you
research,
said in the videos. Yeah, research stuff, you know what I mean? Find out if you don't know what a Roth IRA is, or an IRA, or a 401k, or how stocks work and taxes and all that.
Yeah.
Man, there's so many videos, you know what I mean? University of Google.
Yeah.
Use YouTube, man. We look up everything now.
Okay.
So I definitely say that's the biggest hindrance is, as far as financial literacy, is ourselves, man.
You're absolutely right.
We got to look stuff up for ourselves.
You're absolutely right, man. And that reminds me, you were just recently talking about a guy in Georgia, went to prison and somehow made some very real positive investments.
Yeah, man. Well, honestly, I don't remember what show it was. Maybe it was Locked Up or something. They were speaking about this prisoner, and he had been in jail for like 15, 20 years.
Wow.
But he somehow found like some network that he was able to invest from prison.
Okay.
And he did this over the course of like 10 or 15 of those years.
Yeah.
And he built up some good portfolio, and people were paying him for his knowledge, for his information.
Wow.
Yeah, like, hey, what do I trade on this month?
Okay.
You know what I mean? And they might have shot him some money, and he's out now.
Wow.
And he's got like a investment group, and they do seminars and things like that to share with the people, man. And
okay.
And that kind of leads into the other thing I want to talk about a little bit is Meetup. It's like this app called Meetup, and it's just people meeting up for various different topics. I mean, I think his group was actually one of those groups.
Okay, so he came from a group.
Well, he started his own group.
Oh, I see. I see. Wow.
Just putting out to the community financial literacy.
Wow.
And how to invest in stocks and things like that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So tools like that, I mean, you can't really beat that, man. If there's a group of people that are there to talk about money and how to make money, I mean, like 90% of it's just showing up to that. You're going to gain something.
Oh yeah.
You know
See, a lot of us, especially in our generation, I like to say that a lot of people born from 82 to 95, like we have to learn how to expand our horizons, you know what I'm saying, and get out of our comfort zone, you know what I'm saying, and meet new people and intermingle, with different people from different walks of life, because you never know what kind of opportunity could be presented in front of you. That's real spill.
Right. And going in with that, man, that can be kind of a hard thing. You know what I mean? I've had to deal with that kind of early on.
Yeah.
Like, people will look at you, and you just got to get over that.
Yeah.
Honestly, you got to get over it.
Yeah.
If you walk into a Walmart and your jeans are torn and your pants are dirty, you know what I mean? You might be an investor, but people don't look at you like you are a damn homeless person. I mean, you got to look at
that's the reality that we live in.
Right, man, and you just got to get over it. People are going to make a first assumption about you.
Yeah.
But sometimes you just got to break that wall yourself.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Show that you're there to learn. You know what I mean? Just because everyone else in the room might be old white guys, that doesn't mean that, you're not welcome.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You got to look at, like, people our age. They're not looking into most of us aren't looking into retirement and
401k, IRA, financial literacy. No.
Right. So sometimes you gotta be the only one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you look in that window, I'll never forget. I did that before, man. I looked in the window of this financial literacy course covering um, some type of ETF trades or something like that.
Okay.
I just didn't know what it was. It sounded interesting, so I showed up. Man, I looked through the glass, and everybody else in there was older white guys, man. So I was like, nope, I'm good. And I just left. You know what I mean? But you can't do that. You know what I mean? If it says everyone's welcome, everyone's welcome. You know what I mean?
I feel it.
Sometimes
I feel it.
you gotta, you know, if your circle is a circle. First off, a circle's closed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If one person passes that information, it's gonna be the same stuff going around.
Yeah.
So sometimes you gotta bust into another circle. You know what I mean? Gain some information and bring it back to that circle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
that's how you network, people. That's how you network, man. This whole world, you know what I'm saying? Civilization was started from networking. You know, that's something that we are definitely gonna have to get more hip to. You know, as you know, moving forward, because like I said in previous lectures of mine, we're coming ever so close to a financial crisis in this country, and the last thing that I want to see, you know, coming from somebody who does what I do on YouTube, last thing I want to see is, you know, one of you guys caught in some BS or, you know, in danger because you didn't have your ducks in a row to have the resources necessary to not be in that situation.
definitely, man.
So, you know, this is going to conclude part 2 of this segment, and there will be a part 3. Part 3 is going to be basically, you know, the general things that are holding back unity, progression, and, you know, the financial empowerment of our generation. You know, we're going to be very, very specific on those particular problems. So with all that being said, I appreciate everyone who supports RFG movement.
Also, Millennial Mindz with a Z.
Absolutely. Go check him out. Go check this brother out. I'm telling you, dude has knowledge out the yin yang when it comes to this financial investment, stocks and bonds, you name it. Okay, Millennial Mindz, and that's with a Z. Okay, I appreciate you, man.
All right, man. Appreciate it.
Yep.